what's up, guys? Welcome to First Touch. My name's Frank DiZenzo, alongside soccer analyst Jacobo Aparicio. What's up, Jacobo?
Hello, Frank.
Three huge topics here on soccer today. We had a huge weekend in the EPL as the Capital One Cup passed. That was a 2-0 defeat by Chelsea over Tottenham. Next up, we're going to talk about La Liga, and lastly, we're going to talk about the Champions League. So getting right into the EPL and the Capital One Cup, defeat, Chelsea, Tottenham, huge game. Tottenham the underdog here, but Chelsea coming out on top. How do you feel about it?
Well, Chelsea is managed by Jose Mourinho, and he really knows how to play finals. We can see that he prepares the games exactly for the rival he's going to face, and in this case he left the ball for Tottenham, and he just thought about counterattacking and not having to possess the ball that much. So Tottenham felt that they had a control of the ball, they had the possession, but they really didn't have that control of the game. And that's what Chelsea really used, and 2-0, the cup for Chelsea.
2-0, right. Now, the first goal was by John Terry, off a corner by Cesc Fabregas, headed over by Kurt Zouma. And, a good volley by Terry, definitely a well-played ball. But the second goal, Kyle Walker deflection, kind of just a bad spot. I mean, is the blame on him, or do you think that it's just a lapse in defense?
No, it's a lapse in defense. They were already thinking about attacking, having to equalate that goal, and that's why Chelsea could counterattack that well. That's why that's the players that they have. Diego Costa, William, those kind of players combined with Fabregas and Hazard that are serving balls continually. Our thought for counterattacking, and if you got a 1-0 lead and you force the other team to attack, you can use it perfectly, and that's what Chelsea did. And that goal is not, I don't think it's Walker's fault, but it's a chain of events that finishing with that goal and with the cup for Chelsea.
All right, well, definitely a good win by Chelsea. Unfortunate event for Tottenham. They were the underdogs. This marks Chelsea's 5th win for the Capital One Cup, so that's great for them. So we're going to switch over to La Liga now. Real Madrid, Villarreal, big matchup here. Finished 1-1, Ronaldo's penalty, giving them a nice tie, then Villarreal answering with Gerard Moreno. How do you feel about this game?
Well, it was a really nice game to watch because both teams were constantly attacking, and Real Madrid had kind of the same problem that Tottenham, because they thought they had the possession of the ball. They also had the lead in the game. But Villarreal, managed by Marcelino, who is really good at preparing that strategy of counterattacking, knew how to use his tools and kept that 1-0 lead for Real Madrid, which was not that high. Because if it's 2-0, 3-0, it's pretty hard to make the other team feel comfortable, but also having not that big result. So they kept the 1-0 lead, and they used their opportunities, and they got a great result at the Santiago Bernabeu, which is a really tough stadium.
I agree. But the one thing I disagree with is Real Madrid had the possession of the ball. Overall possession, 25 shots on goal. Ronaldo had plenty of opportunities to put this one away. Was it just a lapse in momentum, or do you just think that Villarreal really held them back strong?
Yeah, we can see that they're not that sharp as they were at the beginning of the season, and they're suffering it because we can see how lower teams also. It was Cordoba who recently had almost the same game than this time Villarreal. And they're not being able to get more and more goals. They're not able to score more than one goal, and that's not a sufficient lead. And we can see that their rivals are knowing that, and they're using it against them.
Definitely. Well, hopefully for Real Madrid going into the Champions League, there won't be an issue or slip up here. They're taking on Schalke on the 10th. It's the second leg of the match, and aggregate score right now is 2-0 to Real Madrid. Who do you have coming out of this match, and why?
Well, this one I'm gonna give it to Real Madrid because it's they have it done. 2-0 lead at in Germany, and now at their stadium, it's going to be very hard for Schalke to pull the upset. Still, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for the Real Madrid players that haven't had that much minutes in the game, like Idiarramendi, Jesse, for example, maybe also Keylor Navas. It would be a good substitution. So I think that Ancelotti is going to give minutes to those players that deserve the opportunity, because we can see that when they go to the field, their performance are good, but they're not having that much minutes because they're behind superstars such as Cristiano Ronaldo, Isco, Bale, and that kind of stuff.
Last match we're going to talk about here is FC Porto versus Basel. 1-1 draw here. It's a tie going into the last game. It's at Porto. Who do you have coming out of this match? And give me a good reason as to why you think Porto's going to take this
I would
one.
say it's going to be for Porto because they're playing at home and they're a more historic team. They have much more experience than Basel. But let's see. We said the same about Arsenal against Monaco, and we saw how Monaco destroyed completely at their home to Arsenal. So it's not Basel hasn't said the last word in this game, and it's okay that they're forced to score at least one goal because they tied 1-1 at Switzerland, but they still have the opportunity, and if Oporto doesn't take their chances and try to score at least a first goal in the game, they're going to suffer.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, thank you. That's all the time we have. Tune in on the 10th to watch those Champions League Cup games. This is First Touch. I'm Frank DiZenzo. This is
Jacobo Aparicio.
And thanks for joining us.